പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട സഖാക്കളെ, സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, எனக்கு மலையாளம் மறையில, என் மாதృభాష தெலுங்கானா. அதுக்கு தான் நான் இங்கிலீஷில் சொல்லிக்கிறேன். ஆனால் காம்ரேட் டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணலாம். So my dear comrades on the dais, leaders of the LDF, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, I have come before you, the people of Kerala from Delhi, making a very specific appeal. And that appeal is that the people of Kerala have always, since 1957, when you elected the EMS Namboodirippa government and showed India a new path and a new direction, the people of Kerala have always, at the time of a crisis in the country, have shown, not only for Kerala, but for India, a direction by which we can emerge from this crisis and build a better Kerala and a better India. Today is one such juncture. And in this juncture, the crisis we have is a multifaceted crisis. We have a social crisis with the rise of communalism and the spread of communal poison that is turning into a political crisis with the communal forces holding the reins of power at the center and increasingly becoming authoritarian. And then we have an economic crisis that is deepening and imposing burdens on the people. From this crisis, an answer should emerge. And that answer, the people of Kerala will have to give in these elections. The Indian people are looking towards you. And that answer you give, naturally, cannot be anything else but the fact that the only answer to take India and Kerala out of this crisis is a left alternative, a left and democratic alternative, and that is why a resounding victory of the LDF and its candidates is today the responsibility of the people of Kerala for Kerala as well as India. That is why today I am specifically appealing to you that sitting on the dais, comrades who have also grown up with me in various movements, student, youth, and also in the parliament. They are candidates today. Comrade Kadakampalli Surendran from Kadikottam. Comrade T.N. Seema, Dr. T.N. Seema was my colleague in Rajya Sabha also, from Vatiyurkavu. Comrade Sivan Koti was with me since the SFI days from Nenam. And from the Kerala Congress, Advocate Anthony Raju, whose symbol is the auto rickshaw. And I am specifically appealing to you to elect these candidates today with a resounding margin. And why I am saying a resounding margin, I will come to in a minute. But with a resounding margin, so that the people of Kerala can show the direction from which we can emerge from this crisis by building a better Kerala and a better India. The crisis that we are facing today, as I said, is a multidimensional crisis, but the communal poison that is being spread relentlessly all over the country today. You have the Prime Minister close by. You must ask him that why was he silent when 2 Muslim youth were hanged in public from trees in Jharkhand in a place called Latehar when they were taking their cattle to a cattle fair to be sold. Why was Atla, a Muslim, again middle-aged man, was lynched to death in Haryana, in UP, in Dadri village in UP, on the allegation that he had beef stored in his refrigerator? Why did the Prime Minister, for the last 2 years, continuously we have been telling him in Parliament that your own ministers, your own members of Parliament are making communally poisonous speeches and spreading communal hatred, which is a crime against Indian law? Will the Prime Minister give the assurance to the Parliament and therefore to India and the people that he will take action against such people in accordance to the law. Nothing more than that. In accordance to the law, so that they are committing crimes, they will be punished. For 2 years, the Prime Minister has not said any word on this issue in the Parliament or anywhere else in the country, and has not condemned any of these incidents. What does this mean? That the Prime Minister and this government at the centre is providing the official patronage for the spread of communal poison in our country that will destroy and completely the unity and integrity of our country. For you in Kerala, we are proud of the people of Kerala. You are proud of yourselves that you have created the most harmonious society anywhere else which you cannot find in India. Thiruvananthapuram probably is one of the cities in our country where you will have a mosque, you will have a temple, and you will have a church on the same road, but without any frictions, without any conflict, and all Malayalis together celebrating all the festivities, and that is the harmony that you have built up in Kerala. Today that is threatened to be destroyed. You have a choice. Will you allow that to be destroyed, or will you protect India today? Like you have built Kerala, India must be built. If that has to be done, then here today, that left and democratic front will have to be elected with a resounding majority, and all our 4 comrades here who are contesting from nearby constituencies, they all have to be elected with big margins, because that is the only way you will send your message to the rest of India and to the people of India.
രാജ്യം അതിരൂക്ഷമായിട്ട് പ്രതിസന്ധിയിലൂടെ കടന്നുപോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. കഴിഞ്ഞ 2 വർഷമായി വർഗീയത അതിന്റെ തീഷ്ണ സ്വഭാവം കാണിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. ഹരിയാനയിലെ കന്നുകാലി കച്ചവടക്കാരെ 2 പേരെ മരത്തിൽ കെട്ടിത്തൂക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. മാട്ടിറച്ചി സംരക്ഷിച്ചു വരുമ്പോൾ ഫ്രിഡ്ജിൽ സൂക്ഷിച്ചു വന്നതിന്റെ പേരിൽ ഒരു മധ്യവയസ്കനെ തല്ലിക്കൊല്ലുകയുണ്ടായി. ഹരിയാനയിൽ വീട്ടിലിട്ട് 2 ദളിതന്മാരെ ചുട്ടുകരിച്ചു കൊല്ലുകയുണ്ടായി. ഇതൊക്കെ സംഭവിച്ചപ്പോഴും പ്രധാനമന്ത്രി ഒന്നും തന്നെ ഇതേവരെ കഴിഞ്ഞ 2 കൊല്ലമായി അദ്ദേഹം ഇക്കാര്യത്തിൽ മൗനം പാലിക്കുകയാണ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ പാർട്ടിയുടെ അംഗങ്ങളും പാർലമെന്റ് അംഗങ്ങളും തന്നെ വിദ്വേഷകരമായ പ്രസംഗങ്ങൾ നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ഒരു അക്ഷരം പോലും അദ്ദേഹം പറയുന്നില്ല. ഇന്ത്യൻ ശിക്ഷാ നിയമത്തിന്റെയും മറ്റ് നിയമവ്യവസ്ഥയുടെയും വകുപ്പുകളെ ലംഘിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് അവർ സംസാരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് നിയമവ്യവസ്ഥ അനുശാസിക്കുന്ന തരത്തിലുള്ള നടപടികൾ എടുക്കാൻ ഞങ്ങൾ പാർലമെന്റിൽ ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടപ്പോഴും അദ്ദേഹം അതിനെക്കുറിച്ചൊന്നും തന്നെ പറയുന്നില്ല. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ നേതൃത്വത്തിലുള്ള ഗവൺമെന്റ് വർഗീയതയെ പ്രോത്സാഹിപ്പിക്കുമ്പോൾ കേരളം കാട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടുള്ള മഹത്തായ ഒരു പാരമ്പര്യമുണ്ട്. കേരളത്തിലെ ജനതയ്ക്കും ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ജനതയ്ക്കും തന്നെ കാട്ടിക്കൊടുത്ത പാരമ്പര്യം. ആ പാരമ്പര്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് മതസൗഹാർദ്ദത്തിന്റെയും മാനവികതരമായ സ്നേഹമാണ്. ഈ തിരുവനന്തപുരം നഗരത്തിൽ നിരനിരയായി നിൽക്കുന്ന ദേവാലയങ്ങളുണ്ട്. മുസ്ലിം ദേവാലയങ്ങളുണ്ട്, ക്രൈസ്തവ ദേവാലയമുണ്ട്, ഹിന്ദു ദേവാലയമുണ്ട്. തൊട്ടടുത്ത് നിൽക്കുന്ന ദേവാലയങ്ങൾക്ക് യാതൊരു പ്രതിസന്ധിയും കൂടാതെ ഭക്തജനങ്ങൾ കടന്നു പോകുന്നു. ഇതേവരെ ഒരു പ്രതിസന്ധിയും ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല. അതാണ് കേരളം കാണിച്ചു കൊടുത്തിട്ടുള്ള ഐക്യം. ആ ഐക്യത്തിനും മതസൗഹാർദ്ദതയ്ക്കും തുരങ്കം വയ്ക്കുന്ന തരത്തിലുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളാണ് BJPയുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിലുള്ള ഗവൺമെന്റ് നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. മോദി അതിനാണ് ശ്രമിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെ വർഗീയതയെ താലോലിക്കാനും മുഴുകാനുമുള്ള ഒരു അവസരം കേരളം ഉണ്ടാക്കി കൊടുക്കാൻ പാടില്ല. അത് കേരളത്തിലെ വരാനിരിക്കുന്ന തെരഞ്ഞെടുപ്പിൽ ഇടതുപക്ഷ ജനാധിപത്യ മുന്നണിയെ തെരഞ്ഞെടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് കേരളീയർക്ക് തന്നെ അഭിമാനകരമാകാനും ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ഇതര സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങൾക്ക് മാതൃകയാകാനും ഒരു ചൂടുവേലയാകാനും തക്കവണ്ണം ഇടതുപക്ഷ ജനാധിപത്യ മുന്നണിയെ വിജയിപ്പിക്കണമെന്ന് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളോട് അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുകയാണ്.
When coming to Kerala, I heard a very senior politician who was Chief Minister of Kerala when I was a student, who was a colleague in the Rajya Sabha today, Mr. A.K. Anthony, saying that in the fight against the communal forces, the Congress is the focus and that is the main player in this fight. You must ask Mr. Anthony that in 2004, many of us, we supported the Congress party and formed the United Progressive Alliance with the outside support of the left in order to prevent the communal forces from coming back to power at the center and prevent the Vajpayee government from returning to office. The UPA was formed because of the left party's role. Out of the 61 MPs that the left parties won at that time to the Lok Sabha, 57 of them won by defeating the Congress candidates. But we still extended support because country had to be protected from such a communal danger. And that is why the UPA government and Dr. Manmohan Singh became the Prime Minister. That was in 2004. In 2014, why did the communal forces come back to form the government of the centre? They came back because the corruption indulged by that Congress government, the economic policies followed by Dr. Manmohan Singh, that popular discontent that is generated, that popular discontent was what fed the communal forces to come back and assume the central government. So who prevented the communal forces from coming to power? It was the left forces, the left and democratic forces, and they were the ones who prevented in 2004. Who brought the communal forces back to government at the centre? It was the Congress, its corruption, its anti-people economic policies that brought the communal forces back to power at the centre. So therefore today, if you want to fight the communal forces, save the unity, integrity of our country, it is only the left, the red flag, along with all the flags of the LDF, that these are the consistent fighters against communalism, and only they can prevent this communal danger from engulfing our country. That is why today, that message has to be given clearly by all of you, by the people of Kerala, that strengthening the LDF is the answer to protect India and its unity and integrity from this communal danger. Since the Modi government came, 26% has been the increase in the suicides, distress suicides committed by our farmers. I was very shocked to learn that even in Kerala, that some farmers had to resort to distress suicides. Agrarian crisis therefore is deepening. Today the country is suffering from drought. Finally the Prime Minister yesterday started meeting individual chief ministers. Instead of declaring drought as an issue of a calamity for the country and taking urgent measures to provide relief. There is no drinking water in many places. And in such a crisis situation, the government doesn't extend any help. Today, the employment generated by this Modi government in the last 1 year is just 1.35 lakhs of new jobs created in the year 2015. Every year in our country, 1.3 crores of youth join the workforce. As against 1.3 crores, 1.3 lakhs is what has been generated by this government. Our youth, Kerala youth, the most educated, the most skilled, developed, with developed skills, they have to go outside, migrate in search of jobs, because you cannot absorb them here, neither in Kerala nor in India. Now, this situation is worsening in our industries. There is stagnation. Factories are closing. Prime Minister talks of Make in India, Digital India, Stand Up India, every week a new slogan. But there is no industrial growth, no manufacturing growth. This situation is similar to the crisis that was brought in by the Congress policies. So the Modi government is following the Congress economic policies, reforms, much more aggressively than Dr. Manmohan Singh. On the economic policy issues, there is no difference between the Congress and the BJP, and that is creating misery for the vast majority of Indian people, while a few people are making super profits. Yes, the left democratic forces are offering an alternative. Today in our country, we give tax concessions worth 5,62,000 crores every year. Last year, this was the figure, Modi government. Last year, the amount of loans taken by big Indian corporates which they have not returned to the nationalized banks is more than 6 lakh crores of rupees. If you put just these two together, there are 12 lakh crores of rupees that the government can collect, and if they use that for building infrastructure, Kerala can have an infrastructure like Dubai. India can develop its infrastructure, and to build that infrastructure, lakhs and lakhs of new jobs will be created and our youth will be employed in India. They don't have to search all over the world. That alternative exists. But that alternative neither the Congress nor the BJP is willing to implement because it does not benefit either the foreign capital or the big Indian corporate houses. That is the left's alternative. We can build a better Kerala. We can build a better India. But that will mean politically you will have to defeat and isolate the Congress and the BJP today who follow the same economic policies, and that is what the people of Kerala have to show to the people of India, that left democratic alternative is possible. That is why the victory of the LDF today is not only necessary for building a better Kerala, but it's necessary for building a better India and to send the message to the Indian people. And that is why I am appealing to you today. Please realize the responsibility on you and rise to the occasion so that we can all together create a better Kerala and a better India. That is why today the Prime Minister is here nearby. I believe he has just spoken today. Just now, he is still speaking, I think. He is still speaking there, but he just said that Kerala has slid backward in terms of development. Its welfare of the child was better some years ago, but now it has worsened. Today morning in Kasaragod, he said for 60 years there has been no development in Kerala, and he wants to bring in. He appealed for votes for BJP because they want to bring in the Gujarat model into Kerala. We have to tell the Prime Minister, sir, in every single human development indicator, today we are proud of the fact Kerala is number one in India. It is number one among all the states. And therefore, Gujarat is on an average number 12. So please don't bring Gujarat model to Kerala. Kerala is happy with its own model. And if you have the capacity, take the Kerala model to Gujarat, Mr. Prime Minister, but don't bring the Gujarat model here. And now today I will hear me say that Kerala is worse than Somalia in terms of child marriage. I don't know who is advising the Prime Minister, but I have with me the Human Development Report of the United Nations for 2050. All the tables I have on my telephone. If the Prime Minister wants, I can WhatsApp it to him. And what do the tables here tell you? The tables here tell you that the Human Development Report United Nations has estimated the Human Development Index's growth for 17 major states in India. Out of the 17 major states, 16 of those states, they have said, in global standards, they are low-income groups and they will be categorized as the lowest rung in the global standards. There is only one state in India out of the 17 states which the United Nations says qualifies to be a middle-income group country equivalent to some of the countries of Europe. And that is the state of Kerala, Mr. Prime Minister. This is the United Nations report. So I don't know it's your secretary's fault or it's your own fault. Please correct yourself. Don't spread such things, such untruths. But the point is that if you want this development to continue, you will have to fight certain tendencies which are growing in Kerala. That's why certain tendencies have to be fought in Kerala. Today morning I was there in Thiruvananthapuram, and I met that mother of that tragic girl who was gang raped and murdered. And this is something that is unheard of in Kerala as far as we are concerned. And I was really shocked, but the mother was very determined, very angry naturally, very distraught. She said, we will fight. She was saying, why is the government not catching the culprits? For 5 days, there was no movement in trying to find out who committed this crime. We were all there in Parliament. Dr. Seema was there. We passed a law after the Nirbhaya case in Delhi. But what happened here is much worse than the Nirbhaya case that happened in a moving vehicle. This is right inside the house. For 5 days, why could the police not apprehend? Today is the 9th day. Why is nothing happening on it? And when the mother says, if the government cannot deliver justice, I will murder the criminals. What can you say? Except shades of grief. On one hand, you are proud of Kerala's secular culture, we are proud of Kerala's human development indicators, and then comes a blot like this. Is it because of corruption that this government and the police has not acted so far? Is it because of connivance that with this government or the criminal elements that nothing has happened so far? Justice has to be delivered. Why is this government, the UDF government, even today not willing to order a high-powered, transparent inquiry headed by a woman police officer to make sure that find out who's the one who's done this and give them the highest and strictest of punishment according to the new law we passed in Parliament, so that it acts as a deterrent against anybody else even contemplating such a crime. Why is the Indian government not doing this? You must ask these questions. If they are not doing this, then the entire prestige of Kerala, the pride of Kerala, that you have the highest sex ratio in India, you have the highest respect for women in India, you have the highest girl-child literacy in India, that pride will all get shattered if you have this sort of an administration headed by this Chief Minister and this Congress and this UDF government. And that is the answer you will have to give in these elections. This has to go. This sort of a government has to be defeated and the LDF has to come. Otherwise, Kerala cannot safeguard its advances so far and move towards a higher and a better society for everybody. The Prime Minister said another strange thing this morning in Kasaragod. He said the LDF and UDF have a contract. A contract that for 5 years one will form the government and the next 5 years another one will form the government. So that is why he said this is a contract between these two fronts. The Prime Minister must be made to understand that you will have to do that. If there is a change in government after 5 years, then in Kerala, there are times when that did not happen also. The same government continued, or the same combination front continued also for another term. That's okay, that's separate. But if that is happening in Kerala, please remember, that is the credit of the people of Kerala, the most conscious people in the country, the electorate of Kerala, who will keep all the politicians on their toes to do the best for the welfare of the society, and therefore they will always keep this rotation so that the best work will be done by anybody who is there in the government. That is to the credit of the people of Kerala. The other states have not yet achieved this level of people's consciousness. To insult that by saying it is a contract. This is the problem with our Prime Minister going and insulting people in a state, and then the election results, all of us know what happens. When the Prime Minister came to the Parliament after being elected, he said the opposition is so small that the entire opposition can travel in one city bus. And then Delhi elections took place. He did the same thing, insulting people of Delhi. What was the result? After the Delhi election, we had to tell him in the Parliament, sir, you said that the opposition can travel in one city bus, but after the Delhi election, the BJP in Delhi will travel in an auto rickshaw because there were only 3 MLAs there. I mean, they lost all of them. Same thing happened in Bihar. He said that we'll form the government, and the Prime Minister offered to be the Chief Minister of the year. In spite of that, they were resoundingly defeated. The same thing will happen in Kerala, Mr. Prime Minister. If you are insulting the people of Kerala, the people of Kerala will give a resounding victory to the LDF, where the BJP will be wiped out and the UDF will be defeated. And please learn from this experience. That is why what has often happened in Kerala in the past, was a match-fixing sort of thing between the BJP and the UDF. And a similar danger exists today also. The BJP is desperate to enter the Kerala Assembly for the first time since independence. They have never entered the Kerala Assembly. And the UDF is desperate to come back and to continue to hold office. So some sort of this sort of a match fixing can take place, which they tried in the past and failed, and you must ensure that they will fail this time also. That is why when I seek your vote for Comrade Kardumpalli Surendran, Dr. T.N. Seema, Comrade Sivan Kutti or Advocate Anthony Raju, I am seeking your vote in such a big number that whatever be the match fixing between the UDF and the BJP, all the candidates of the LDF will win, and you will show a new direction to Kerala and to India, and that is the appeal that we have to you. So finally, I believe the Prime Minister has now suddenly taken credit, saying that they helped the Kerala nurses who were stranded abroad and brought them back. You must tell the Prime Minister, sir, anybody who is in the central government will have to do this because that is the basic job of the central government, to protect the interests of Indians anywhere in the world. So do not take personal credit for your party or your government. That is the job of the central government. So that is a point that must be understood. Nobody is doing anybody a credit. You have to serve the country and the people, and the way this government is serving, the way the Congress government served earlier, have both compounded to create greater misery in India and a situation that is sliding in Kerala. So my appeal to all of you is to please stop the slide in Kerala. And on the basis of stopping the slide in Kerala and electing the LDF, you will send the signal to the people of India for a change in both the political direction and the effort to build a better India. That is the appeal which I am confident that the people of Kerala will take it forward and will show in these elections. That is why I only end with the slogan that is becoming very popular today, nowadays in Kerala, since I have come here for the last, only yesterday, last 2 days, that is, I have heard it a number of times. LDF varum, ella sariyavum. LDF varum, ella sariyavum. That is the slogan that I think the people are giving. So please rise to the occasion, and next time when I come to Kerala, we'll have an LDF government, we'll have happier people in Kerala, and we'll have a better Kerala. Thank you. Thank you.